Believe it or not, we are yet again getting credible rumors that another big game could be announced for the PlayStation 5 shortly after this video records during opening night live. The game in question is Indiana Jones. Now, this rumor is coming from a reputable leaker, reputable because they have gotten a whole lot of things right over the years, and this isn't the first time we've heard this rumor. Now, the person spreading this information is Nate the Hate, and here is what they say. Machine Games' Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will release on Xbox and PC this holiday December as a timed console exclusive. After this timed exclusive window expires, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is planned to come to PlayStation 5 in the first half of 2025. Now, we don't know when this announcement is going to come through. It could be during opening night live. It could be at a later point down the line, but there are a few interesting things about this story, namely the fact that this isn't the first time this has happened, and there are some people like Insider Gaming claiming there's more to the story and that some people could already know that this is confirmed. Let's start with VGC though, because they had a few interesting quotes about all this news and why it's more interesting than meets the eye. This isn't just a random Twitter post. Reports that Microsoft was preparing to announce plans to bring another big Xbox exclusive to PlayStation 5 emerged last week. At the time, Windows Central claimed there was a large chance the rumored announcement could be related to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, if you'll remember, last week, the big rumor, again, from several reputable people in the industry who have never joked about a leak, they actually ended up coming true most of the time. The game was Forza Horizon 5. So people started speculating, does this mean Forza Horizon 5 is going to get announced during opening night live? And now on the morning before opening night live starts, at least morning if you're in the States like I am, we are hearing that Indiana Jones could indeed be that game. But what did Phil Spencer say about bringing more exclusives to other platforms? Well, that's the other quote that VGC brought up. Disney head of gaming Sean Shoptaw told Axios last year, I meant Sean, not Phil, with Xbox still being one of the bigger marketplaces for games, we didn't feel like we were going to be overly exclusionary. We felt like it's still going to reach a broad set of folks, and we felt financially and strategically for the game that made sense at the time. This was in reference to what they were talking about at the time in regards to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. At the time, like at the time you're watching this, if you're not subscribed, you should hit that subscribe button. No, the button's not working. It messes up the joke if the button doesn't work. I got to fix it now. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Oh, my son moved it. Hey, that's what happened. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Sorry, Nate, you messed up my joke. That's okay. And then one final thing, this is what Phil Spencer actually said. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer has said he wouldn't ever want to rule out any game coming to another platform, and it was recently claimed that Xbox is considering bringing a newly remastered version of Halo Combat Evolved to PlayStation. Xbox has also reportedly weighed up the idea of releasing Gears of War, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Starfield for rival consoles. Basically, everybody's saying everything is coming to other platforms. Phil Spencer has said during the Bethesda meeting that it would not be Indiana Jones and Starfield. And I think that's the one thing that he has going against him. He would have to somehow explain why all of a sudden Indiana Jones is on PlayStation 5 or coming to PlayStation 5 after he literally said several months ago that wouldn't happen. That is the only hole that I'll poke in this whole interview. Now, Tom Warren popped up. He said, I reported in February that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle would likely be coming to PlayStation 5 a few months after the Xbox and PC release. So Tom Warren has talked about this already. And if you'll remember, here's what he said in that piece back in May. Bethesda's upcoming Indiana Jones game is also tentatively set to launch on Sony's PlayStation 5 console. We got our first glimpse of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle during Microsoft's Xbox Developer Direct event event last month where it was announced for Xbox and PC. A source familiar with Microsoft's plans tells The Verge that Bethesda is also considering bringing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle to PlayStation 5. So he's talked about this. Tom Warren's talked about this. Now Nate the Hate's bringing it up. We have people like Shinobi. Shinobi is like a dev in the industry. He makes video games for a living, so he could have potential insider knowledge. But if all of that evidence wasn't enough, at least about Indiana Jones, Insider Gaming is saying that according to insider gaming sources, some outlets have been given the heads up on the news and have signed NDAs, but it's currently unclear on if the information will be announced at Tuesday's opening night live or not. I haven't heard that. I've not heard anything about that. So if Insider Gaming is saying that people have already been told that this is coming to PlayStation 5, that is quite shocking to me. Derek Strickland, and if you're thinking about the FTC case where they said, well, they talked about getting it exclusive. I watched that on your channel, Destin. Derek Strickland brought that up because in that BGC article, they referenced it. Derek said, wasn't it revealed in the FTC versus Microsoft hearing that Microsoft had negotiated to make Indiana Jones an exclusive? I'd have to look over the transcripts again, but that stands out to me. They did. But they also said it made sense at the time. Hint, hint, Indiana Jones is going multi-platform is what that seems to be giving the nod towards. So you want to know my take on it? I think Xbox is doing the whole slate at this point because I have thought a lot about the console sales topic, where they're going to go with the console, and check out my video where I talk about that. That was yesterday. I kind of had like an epiphany during the live stream, so I cut it up and put out that video. But here's what I think they're going to do. Here's the long story short. I think they're going to have a more open box like a PC, where the Xbox storefront will be at the forefront, but you will be able to access other libraries like the Steam library and the Epic library and be able to play your whole swath of games. It will be more like a PC than an Xbox. They can still call it an Xbox. Consoles are really just PCs that are locked down, so it's all about how you market it. They come out with a handheld now that is basically a competitor to the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck, which everybody has been very positive about. And then next year with Grand Theft Auto, they come out with their next generation console, and you can play basically your whole Steam library on it. And yes, that would include PlayStation games. A lot of people online are like, oh, PlayStation would block it. PlayStation wouldn't have to block every PC, though. Well, what about Xbox? Like, why wouldn't people just buy stuff on the Steam library? Well, maybe you only have access to your Steam library, but you can't necessarily purchase stuff easily, or maybe Microsoft works out a revenue agreement with Steam so that they get a reasonable percentage should something be purchased on the Steam storefront. Companies work out these deals all the time, and I don't think Steam's going to say no to like 30 million active users on the Xbox store. So a lot of really interesting stuff happening in the world of gaming right now. The video's a little bit short, but that is the long and the short of what is going on with Indiana Jones. Real quick, Ninja Theory's financial statements came out this year. They were leaked, and if you actually look, you can see they made $23 million in profit with no games released. This is the financials through June, and that June 2023, that's just incredibly impressive. I've been told in people replying to my tweet that that's because they have an amazing motion capture studio and that Hellblade 2 was more of an advertisement than anything. And I'm like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. And while I have you, I was going to do this as a sort of separate thing, but yeah, Black Myth Wukong just came out and it is shattering records. I think it is currently sitting in the number 4 spot in terms of concurrence. If I hit refresh on the Steam DB page, we're at 1.428, and it does seem to be tapering off there, which will put it at the 4th highest concurrence of all time for any game. It is sitting on top of the charts. Like if you look currently playing, Black Myth Wukong is conquering everything by a wide margin. That's just nuts. And I couldn't believe it on Twitch. It's also on the top of Twitch right now. Very, very impressive stuff. Anyway, lots of crazy gaming news right now. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so when my content goes live. I'll tell Nathaniel not to move my icons around next time. He was really cute. He was like he was pretending to be me. It was really cute. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you like my content and you want to become a member, you can do so. Got to add all the gifted memberships from the stream on Sunday. I do stream every Sunday. If you haven't been watching that, you want to become a member, though, you can click that join button. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out my crazy theory about what the next Xbox console is going to be right there. And I'll see you for opening night live reactions tomorrow. Bye for now, everybody.